Hey everybody, welcome back to the Underground Lair here at Stringman Guitars. We have a Martin made in Mexico X series with the HPM or HPL. I'll figure it out later and put it right here so you can see it. But let's take a look. It's 12-string Martin from Mexico. First thing I notice upon inspection is, let's get it in the camera. Can we get it in the camera? Okay, go like that. I don't know if that's going to pick up that belly bulge or the belly dip, but the back of the bridge is lifting up, and that could be a problem. And that is a problem because of lower than adequate humidity. So that's not something I can fix here. But there is room to shave the saddle, and I think the neck is a bit bent. Let's take a look at that. I want to look for, oh, it's already out. Take my 10 thou and holding it to body joint. Oh yeah, that neck is really bent. You could measure that with a ham sandwich. So I'm going to adjust the truss rod first. I'm using the old strings to measure everything, and then we can go ahead and switch over to our Martin extra light authentic acoustic strings. They would be the extra light 10s. You have to loosen all the tuners, so you're not fighting against string tension. You're making the adjustment. Chances are I'll bust a string in this process. Not unheard of. Oh, now that all of the strings have less tension on it, we can go ahead and tighten up the truss rod. It takes a 5mm, and it's way up in there. Here we are. Give it about 3/4 of a turn. Actually, maybe even more than that. It's really bent. There we go. Don't want to break anything, but okay. So we lost our thinnest string. I think it's a .08. The skinny A string, and I've got the truss rod as tight as I feel is comfortable, and we don't even have 12 thousandths of, we have more than 12 thousandths of relief, so that's what I have to go with. String height is 10/64 and 8/64. I do have a little room to bring the saddle down, but not by that much. I could take probably a 64th off of there, and if I go any more than that, I'll lose break angle here. Hopefully, with the strings off, I will be able to go ahead and get a little bit of tightness into the neck. And the reason for this height is because this is being pulled up in the air. And if I was to guess, that's a good 1/8 of an inch of raise out of the belly here, or not the belly, but the back, and it's pushing down on the front. So otherwise I'd have more break angle to work with, and it wouldn't be as high. I have a straight edge that I could, well, I'll do it with we'll do it with the strings off to see how bad it is, but you could see that it's like curved this way, and up here it's being pushed in that direction. So it just happens to acoustic guitars that aren't well looked after with their humidity. So let's get the strings off and proceed as normal. Okay, so we got our strings off, and I put a sponge that is pretty soaking with hot water back in here and up in here. I've got it laying on rubber, so it's not going to soak into the back wood. But remember what I was telling you about the how bowed this is here? Just to give you an idea, it is sunk in there 2/16 of an inch in the center. And then in the back we have it's that far off. On how much belly is being pulled up here. So it's been neglected, it's been in some kind of state of low humidity. I doubt what I'm doing here is going to change anything. I'm going to take our bridge and I'm going to sand it while we're waiting. I'm going to take a 64th off the, not the bridge, the saddle, this thing. And I'm going to let this sit without strings and have it sealed up here. Let's see what moisture does in there. Let's see what we can do here. I did take the 1/64th off the saddle, and our humidity is over 50%. And yank the sponge out of here. See, it's still, you listen, it's still full of water. Put that over there. Get some back bow in the neck. It appears probably about 5 thousandths. Okay, boys and girls, we're strung up with our 12-string Martin X Factor X Series, custom X Series guitar, and we are still sky high with our string height. Let's see here. We did bring it down some. We brought it down 2/64ths or 1/32 on the bass side, and on the treble side we brought it down the same amount. So we're at 5/64 or 6/64ths there, and we are at 8/64ths there. That's with the truss rod pretty much maxed. You remember I backed it off just a squinch. The relief, let's see the relief, and I think that that string height is due to the belly, you know, the bridge pulling up, because I can see it now where I didn't see it before with the string tension off of it. Let's check our relief. That looks like it's going to be good. It's less than 12 thousandths right now. Let's try 10. 10 is a bit tight, as you can see. But with that said, it's sat without any strings on it for a day and a half. So we're going to go ahead and let it sit and put it on a stand, because I have a PRS to work on. Put it on a stand and see what happens to it overnight. We've let our Martin X Series sit with string tension on it overnight. Yeah, about 6:30 last night. It's 2:30 now. Just tuned it up, and we are probably at about 11 thousandths of relief. The 12 goes in there and it's a little sticky. In the 10, just see, it barely holds. So between 10 and 11, I guess, is our relief. Our string height is at 8/64 where we left it, and a little less than 8/64. So, but if you look here, actually, let me do this way so you can kind of see. If we take a straight edge and we run it back, let me grab it up here. If we take a straight edge and we run it back, it runs up against the physical bridge, not the saddle, but the wooden bridge, by about 1/16 of an inch. So that's how much this belly bow is causing problems. And this thing will never ever play low and fast. Just can't. Takes a bit more effort to play up here, but as you get down here, it's not nearly as bad. I want to thank you for joining us down here in the underground lair. If you need your bass or guitar brought up to par, I'm on the internets, on the Facebook. Send me an instant message and we'll get you set up here. Please, if you like what you've seen, like and subscribe, hit the little bell. I certainly would appreciate it. Take care of the old folks, because they're special. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Peace. Have a good week.